My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Today, zooming in from New York City, we've got Yosef Lee, a very experienced real estate entrepreneur who brings a unique background to his syndication and the partnerships that he does, because Yosef, his main gig is, his day job is, he is an attorney. So he brings the legal side of things, legalized, to the real estate deal. So Yosef, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thank you, Dave, for having me here. I'm very excited to be on your show.
Likewise. So Yosef, give us a snapshot of what does real estate investing look like for you these days, wrapping up 2024.
Okay, well, 2023 and 2024 has been kind of slow, right? Because the market and interest rates, we're expecting maybe to stay like this for the next maybe half a year to a year. But I'm definitely sure the market's coming back for the buyers and more acquisitions can happen. And like 2020, 2021 and 2, that's when I had the most number of acquisitions happen for me.
So what do you guys have in the portfolio at the moment? What do you got going up and active?
So my team has, so far with them, just when I started involving in the year 2020, from that point until today, we have about 20 deals closed. Anywhere from 30. The smallest I think we had was 36 units to the biggest, like 151 units throughout Southeast, like mostly nowadays Kansas City area, Kansas, Missouri. So that's the syndication deal. I have a couple of JV deals with other partners, and also Kansas as well, because mainly my boots on the ground was from Kansas. So that's my main focus area. Yes.
So for most of these deals, you are part of the general partner team. You're a GP on these projects. Is that correct?
Yes, all of them. I'm part of the GP team, anywhere from small percentage to high percentage. And I also, maybe more than a half of deals, I also went in as an LP because I truly believe in being an LP for the true passive income. Because GP is still, it's like a business, as you know. You got to constantly be active on that.
Very, very cool, Yosef. All right. So we were talking a little bit off camera about what you bring to the table in the whole GP relationship, right? So tell us a little bit more about that. Unwrap that for me, if you will.
Sure. So by trade, I'm an attorney. I don't do any real estate.
I won't hold that against you. You seem like a hell of a nice guy.
Thank you. Yeah. But so, at the end, given that I'm being an attorney, although I was not a real estate attorney, since given the background and the training I got for the acquisition side, I become more like an administration part. So I do plannings and like streamlining things in the acquisition side. So from the beginning, I get involved in the reviewing of the contract, and also making sure our seller's attorney, buyer's attorney, our attorney, and the lender's attorney, and title company, and everybody is all on the same page. So when they have a bunch of stuff that they require from us, I don't just tell everybody, bring everything to me. I specifically divide the items for each partner, and then I collect them, and then I send them to the attorney so that it's easier for not only our team, but also all the attorneys that are involved to process things. So being streamlined and bring it to the closing table.
I can see that being a huge value, Yosef, right? Because, most of the rest of us looking at all the contracts and the legal documents and everything like that, it's mind numbing, and it's very, very easy to miss things versus yourself. Maybe it's not real estate laws, not your specialty, but you're heavily involved in that. You can pick up on things that the layperson just wouldn't see in a document. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, that would be very fair to say. Again, Dave, you're smart. If you want to sit down and put hours into it, you would understand. But
things like that. Any other GPs, none of those guys want to be doing that. Yeah, so that's
me, it'll just naturally come, and I'll
yeah, it's easy for you. Yeah,
I won't say
that
easy,
makes
but
sense.
it's doable.
And then I could see it super streamlining things because I'm imagining part of the challenge sometimes with deals is just miscommunications between lawyers and this and that, and getting the wrong documents to the wrong people and all that kind of stuff just sucks up so much time. So I can definitely see how having somebody like yourself to quarterback all of these things would definitely make it a lot faster and smoother.
Right. So that's from the acquisition side.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of capital raising here and there. And when it comes to the management side, and obviously everybody is on a call with property management companies, but I mean more so directly dealing with the banks, right? I get to move the funds around, budgeting, and then distributions. That's where I come into play.
So Yosef, you've been involved in quite a few deals in a relatively short period of time. What have been some of your big takeaways about this whole syndication business and this whole model of investing in real estate? What really kind of pops out to you?
Definitely in team sports.
Yeah.
It is. I can't emphasize it enough. And I tell everybody you must have a good partnership and everyone that plays the right roles within a team. Like I see in a good syndication team, you have a couple of roles like capital raiser, you have underwriter, deal sourcer, boots in the ground, somebody with the experience. At least one person has to have an experience, right? And somebody who has signed a loan before, and KPs. So this is something that you can't do alone. Like at least if you're starting now as a newbie, you would never be able to get into the game unless you leverage other people first. So I think people must understand that to get into the game. Otherwise, they will always go back to like the game they started, like a single family, flippings. I mean, it's easier to do alone in that side. But if you want to come to multifamily, bigger deals, definitely team sports. Even if you're dividing the pies, still it's a bigger pie. So that's what popped out to me a few years after I'm doing this.
I would imagine. So Yosef, with all of these deals, do you typically work with the same GP team, or is it kind of a different team for each deal?
I mainly for now, I work with one GP team who's operating throughout the Kansas City area. I have a deal that I did with different partnerships, but maybe like compared to this one Sharpline, that their name is Sharpline, great operator. Compared to that, maybe like 10-15%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what would you say have been some of having a good team is really important. What have you found that makes a team work well together?
Being able to openly discuss about something that's uncomfortable as well. Not just good news, but also bad news, and also something that might, not be pleasing to other members, but you should be able to openly talk and get that resolved in time. Otherwise, it's growing, and later it will probably hurt more, right? The team. But I realize it's something, and I learned from these operators that if there's something that you have to face it now like a man, and then just resolve it.
Yeah, that's tough. It's always tempting to kind of hope it goes away.
Yes.
Which it hardly ever does. So those open, uncomfortable conversations are very important. Very cool. So you mentioned that you're primarily involved in the, quarterbacking the communications and the legal documents and that kind of stuff, but you're also involved a little bit in the capital raising side of things. Tell us a little bit about that. What's been your experience with capital raising? What have you found has worked best for you? Where do you see yourself going with that in the future?
So I tried to raise capital, but not that I was forcing myself to become a capital raiser, because I hardly had the needs of raising capital. We had other capital raisers who were great, right? But they always challenged me like, oh, you'll send you an attorney, people in the year from New York capital market. Like, why don't you try to raise here and there some?
Yeah.
So, as I started this journey, I started talking to my friends and my acquaintances, professional acquaintances. As time goes by, slowly they were interested in it. So, but naturally they asked me if they could invest together. So I was not really trying to raise a capital, but more so as I was associating myself with great team of people and great operators, great capital raisers. They saw me as a somebody who knows the deal, somebody who has a network. Yeah. Right. So it started that way. So naturally they started asking me, I started presenting the deals together. So but I wasn't really pushing myself to become like a heavy capital raiser, which throughout 2024, I was kind of digesting what had happened. So I will probably push it a little in 2025 to practice more to raise capitals. But throughout 2021 to 3, 4, I raised anywhere from like small ones, like 100,000, 150 to like 300 to 300,000, that range, sometimes none. But it was fun. Like, and I learned how to not to feel like you're being salesy, right? Because you're offering an opportunity. As long as you believe in the team, you believe in the deals, you're actually offering the opportunity to your friends. So, but that was the hardest part. Like, I don't want to, just like be like a salesperson, right?
Yeah. No, it's a challenge, especially if you haven't done it before. Very cool, Yosef. So where do you see things going for you and your partners in the new year, 2025? What are your plans or goals?
We certainly noticed that we started getting tractions more than 2024 and 3. I mean, it was still close some deals, like 2 deals in 2023 and 4. But compared to our 2021 and 2, where we did like 17 deals, it's been very quiet. So 2025, we're expecting to get more attractions and hopefully more good deals. But also at the same time, kind of pivoted to investing into a little small business as well. So in 2023, I teamed up with another full-time operating partners. We bought a little cafe bakery nearby my office. That has.
We know where you go for lunch.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's been there for 30 years, so it's strong. I know it's well known in the local market. So we bought that, and we're recently I got on my first full cycle. In August, my very first deal was sold. So with some profits, I'm trying to move that profit into another either accounting business or another multifamily that we have in the pipeline.
Exciting stuff. So you're doing
keep rolling, right?
A combination of real estate and businesses, all focusing on the cash flow.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Very cool. Awesome, Yosef. Well, hey, sounds like you're up to great things. How do you kind of balance everything? Because, I imagine you're pretty busy as an attorney in your day job. How do you balance doing all these 17 deals and stuff like that? A little slower more recently, but it must have been go for you for a while.
Right. I'm like, how can I say, obsessed with like planning and to-do lists and goal settings and type of things. So I do daily, weekly, and monthly goal settings and prioritize. I use the apps and calendar apps to move around things constantly. Try to stay on top. One thing I realize is it's just too many. Like you can't really perfectly manage everything. So I try to become better and prioritizing and not being disappointed when things are not done as I planned. Still, as long as I hit the top 3, I learned to become like, okay, this was a good day.
I've had a good day. I've had a good day. Week or whatever. I've hit those top 3 things. The rest of it can slide a bit and I won't give myself a hard time.
Right. And time blocking, it's been absolutely the game changer when I started implementing the concept of time blocking ahead of time. That's a great thing. And as I'm reading now, I'm reading One Thing Again. I read it a long time ago, but I'm reading the summary of One Thing Again.
The One Thing.
The One Thing, right? The book. I'm trying to implement that again so that I don't be spread too thin. Because yes, even if I try to prioritize things and become very efficient in things, actually get to have that layers and layers and layers over the tasks, right? So I think each time a certain period when the interval hits, you need to cut that branches down to make it a healthy tree.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a book I read a while ago that had a big impact on me, Joseph. It's called Who Not How. I'm sure you've heard of that one. Have you read that?
I
book
heard
yet?
it. I have it. I have a bunch of books that I wanted to buy and bought it. I haven't started reading it, but that's one book I have too.
That's an easy read too. It's like it's a good one. I'd highly recommend that one. Yeah, you're at that stage now for sure. Awesome, Joseph. If people would like to connect with you and find out more about what you're up to, where's the best place for them to go?
Facebook. Try to be very active on Facebook, and my handle is Yosef Brosef. I'll spell it Yosef. My name, your Brosef. Easy. Just look for me. Send me a text, DM. We'll get on the call and we network.
Sounds good, Joseph. Thanks for being on the show and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Dave, for having me today. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Hey there. I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you've subscribed. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on the show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.